So Apex is finally putting stuff out for season 18, and we now have a little bit more of a direction idea for what season 18 is going to be all about. We've got some good news, we've got some bad news, and all in between. Make sure to like the video if you guys do want to stay up to date, all things Apex Legends news related. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Did I already say like the video? Comment down below. I'm stupid, I don't know. Let's go ahead and dive right into it. I'm gonna try my best to not rush through this, but I am going to a trampoline park after this and definitely going to hit some kids in the face with a dodgeball. So firstly, Apex Legends actually put out on their Twitter page today that you could look for this brand new trailer. Then Alpha Intel had also posted this. This is called Apex Legends Kill Code Part 1, where you can follow Lifeline, Maggie, Loba as they investigate Eduardo Silva and uncovering their dark secrets. Monday, July 17th, 8 a.m. Pacific time. So obviously 11 a.m. Eastern time. So this is a part 1 trailer, which I don't think we've ever seen for Apex personally. Maybe I'm wrong, but according to Thornton Smash's video earlier this morning, before this trailer was even announced, he said that you could also expect Story of the Outlands 24th of July, which would mean obviously about 9 days from now or so. I wonder if this is going to be like a part 1 of the Story of the Outlands, part 2. I don't really know what this trailer is all about, to be honest with you, but the launch trailer for season 18 should be coming out July 27th. Gameplay trailer should be coming out July 31st. So I'm not really sure what exactly this is, other than like some kind of like lore based story as to what's going on, the direction that the Apex games are going to be taken, maybe even a little bit more about Revenant Reborn. Speaking of which, let's talk a little bit more of the specifics that you can look for in season 18. So number 1, let's talk new legend. Now, a lot of people are pretty aware by now that we're not going to be getting more than likely a brand new legend that we've never heard of, we don't know much about. That's not going to happen. Apex has actually shared some news in the past that they were a little bit worried about the future of releasing legends, as it's one of the most hyped things about a new season. However, they know that they can't oversaturate the legend pool, so they got to figure out something else to do, and one of those ideas is to basically rework a legend and then relaunch them. That way it's not oversaturating the legend pool. And so Revenant Reborn became a thing. Now, there was 2 different sets of abilities for Revenant Reborn that a lot of people were looking at. We didn't really know exactly which one it's going to be. However, as of late, we now know that it seems like it's going to be more of a situation of the abilities that iLoot Games had released. And if you guys don't know what iLoot Games released about these, legend abilities, so one of the changes is going to be for Revenant's passive, into which you could still climb really high and really fast and whatnot. You still have that same passive. However, it also identifies and highlights low health enemies. I don't know what the threshold may be, maybe less than 50 HP. But according to this, it seems like you're basically going to be able to see people that are really weak. Now, his new tactical ability is going to be a little bit controversial, and you probably are going to think this is a little overpowered, but it's basically a super jump. Kind of similar to the Vantage tactical, where you can kind of fly up into the air, except you don't need to throw anything up into the air. You just really aim at something and then super jump. And you can even like jump to the side of a building and then climb up the rest of it. So especially paired with that new passive where you can highlight low, health enemies, this is going to be kind of insane and going to make him a lot more aggro. Now, there is another theory out there that they're actually going to keep the current tactical that they have right now. And so basically some of the ideas was that the different variations that were being tested between these Revenant Reborn leaks is that it could be, one ability and then mixing it with the other version and then basically combining the two. It might just be one version over the other. We're not exactly sure. These are just the 2 different variations. So just keep in mind, there's another theory out there that it actually may be the same passive. It may be the same tactical, but a different ultimate ability. So the ultimate ability would basically allow you to get siphoned, to where you would get like shields regen or health regen, whatever, as you get knocks. So I kind of like this idea just in general, because I think it helps for battle royale and basically going against third parties, and especially for controller players that have a hard time shield swapping on death boxes. Now, as far as map changes go, you guys have probably been aware of some of the, storm and weather effects that have been going on, and I think Loot had leaked this like weeks ago that there's this reporter who's reporting that Storm Point's experiencing these massive storms right now, and it's going to call for all kind of stuff, record-breaking rain and wind and hails and quakes, and the storm catchers of the region have been down, leaving the dependent cities without power until further notice. We're receiving information still about neighboring zones devastated by the storm. All of this stuff, it goes on, basically building the lore that Storm Point's about to experience a very big storm. It's just kind of showed you that they also have like the lore of this stuff planned out for quite some time. That's why they called it Storm Point. Surely they knew that they were going to make a storm kind of change the map. But in other good news, we also are pretty confident that cross progression will finally be coming into season 18. It could honestly be right off the rip and right at the start of season 18, but it very well might also be in the middle of a season, maybe at a collection event or something like that. We've had plenty of outlines in code making it seem like cross progression is ready to go. However, it's not going to be like account merging like you wanted it to. We've kind of discussed this. You're not going to be able to take two accounts, put them into one. You're going to have one account and be able to go on any platform and cross progress those over, if that makes sense. So you're sadly going to lose a lot of stuff depending on whatever platform or whatever account you decide to make your main account. Now, as far as rank changes go, we are getting some rank changes coming into the next season. Thankfully, that's going to be a major plus. I think a lot of people are going to love to see this. However, it is not confirmed what these rank changes will specifically be, although I will tell you that I've heard specifics. So I asked iLoot Game some of these specifics and see if he's heard anything, and he has also heard some things but did not share, was not ready to share because he wasn't sure how true these were. So there's a couple things to note that Respawn might be looking at and potential changes that they could make. Number one is a matchmaking change. That was one of the biggest ones, was matchmaking and how easy the games were becoming. And even if you had a better entry fee, it's still easy if you're playing against lower level players. So matchmaking was one idea I have heard that has been in the making of not necessarily changing or reverting, but possibly making a little bit of tweaks so that it's more consistent with your actual rank. I think one of the bigger obvious ones is an entry cost. Now, obviously, you might not have to tweak the matchmaking too much if the entry cost starts out at a good level. That way that, you know, you actually are playing your rank, because there shouldn't be too many people from plat or gold getting into masters anyways, and so therefore master rank should be, you know, a good matchmaking system anyways. But I'm not sure exactly how that's going to work. So entry cost is another thing that I've heard they might be tweaking as well. I've also heard of one more change, but honestly I'm not going to share it because it sounds a little stupid, and if I get baited into saying this and it was like totally off the walls, I'm going to feel dumb. So I don't really know how valid this other change is, but it's kind of weird and not really what you would expect. Now, in Alpha Intel's post, they did confirm that Respawn has said to expect changes as well. Where they got this from was coming from Aaron, which is the ranked battle royale designer. Now, this guy didn't actually post this on Twitter. He posted it on Reddit. And lastly, I want to talk about some of the other accessories coming with season 18, the obvious events. Now, you guys know we get a collection event pretty much every single season. Sometimes we get multiple. We obviously know that we get an heirloom every season. We normally, well, sometimes as of late, have been getting multiple. Well, there's been some talks in the, you know, works about Revenant Recolor event for an heirloom. This would kind of make total sense. You know, you launch a Revenant Reborn, then you relaunch his heirloom as well. That would be pretty interesting and see how that goes. I would honestly think that that's probably a big plus. I think that would actually go pretty well now that I think about it. So that is one potential that I've heard, probably something that might come to light. Also, though, in these collection events, we normally get new game modes or test around new things. There's still a game mode that we have not received that has been leaked multiple times and was confirmed to be coming at some point, called Rumble. Rumble's basically an Apex Solos mode, but it's got a lot of random factors in there where it's not like your consistent Apex Solos battle royale. There's a lot of, like, you know, random classes, random abilities. So it's not necessarily, it's more arcade-like, I guess, rather than BR-like, if that makes sense. But it's still BR, at least to my knowledge. So that mode might be coming in there as well, where you can imagine that there's probably going to be a new mode along with some recycled modes as well from the past. Honestly, I'm still so confused as to why they don't bring third person back as a recycled mode. That'd be like one of the best recycled modes you could possibly bring back into the game. Or even Gold Rush duos, where you just allow people to just land on care package weapons the entire game. Like, dude, there's nothing more fun around than jumping around as Pathfinder Grapple with a Kraber, or maybe the new Revenant Reborn with Kraber. I don't know. Interested to see what you guys have to say down in the comment section below. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did enjoy, and subscribe to the channel if you guys want to stay up to date all things Apex Legends news related. Let me know how make or break this season 18 is for you, because I know Apex has been in a bad spot, really down bad more than they've ever been down bad. And I know this season's got to be a good one. And it doesn't even have to be like spectacular, like, you know, just game changing. If it can just be fun, if the rank can just be good, if pubs can just be enjoyable, if matchmaking can just make sense, I honestly think it might be pretty good. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourselves. This is Vibrite, only positivity. And until the next time, I will see you all later, Gators. Time to go smash some kid's head with a dodgeball. I'll be honest, it's my nephew's.